Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. One more day to the weekend. It is the Thursday KVJ After the Show podcast.
Hello, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing over there?
Oh, just, what I always do, Virginia.
You ask him how or what he's doing.
What? I can't see him.
Oh, I can't. He's whacking off.
Yep.
What the fuck do you think he's doing?
What I'm always doing.
Move this computer immediately. If he's tugging it and it's a show, I want a ticket.
No,
Kevin,
nobody wants to see that.
I'm telling you, it's easier if you don't see her.
Yeah. It's better off this way.
You're a right asshole.
Better off this way, huh? Okay. So we know what happened last weekend. Anybody got anything exciting going on this weekend?
I do.
Okay. What are you doing?
We've begun the KVJ horror movie. So
Okay.
on the weekends we're not working. We're taking our spare time to do all that stuff.
Okay.
So our first big shoot is tomorrow, and I'm pretty excited.
Anything you can tell us as far as like what the concept of this might be?
Give it to us, Cheeseburger.
Well, I'll say that we are not playing ourselves in this movie. We're going to play characters. The last two movies we've done, Kevin's played himself, or we've all played our own self.
I was a witch, so yeah.
Yeah, you were a witch. Spoiler alert for the people who haven't seen it. But yeah, it's going to be, there's going to be a doll theme to it.
A doll theme?
Yes.
Okay. Like haunted, spooky doll kind of thing, I
don't
assume?
want to give too much away, but there's going to be a doll,
Okay.
possibly.
All right. Can't wait for that.
Yeah,
And then
you're
around Halloween, we'll have a debut.
We're starting way early this time, so
Yeah.
it doesn't interfere with any kind of KVJ stuff.
Yeah, it's good because I know it gets stressful some years where you're trying to, get down to the last
It's a
minute.
crunch.
Well, I was looking
Yeah.
back when the first one we did, all of us together, was Clowns Have Murderous Ways, and we started filming it on October 8th for an October 31st release.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, remember that opening night?
That was chaos.
That's the night where I had to buy everybody beer because we couldn't get the fucking thing to work.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a little bit of a crunch.
It was still rendering at premiere time.
But the last two ones we did have been very smooth and a lot of fun. We had the KVJ Nation come out. I am looking for some KVJ Nationers to be a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want it to be a family affair.
All right.
As long as Captain KBJ's in it.
He is. He'll be in it.
Good.
Okay.
You have two parts.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
What am I, like Haley Mills back in the day?
Yeah, there's not going to be two Virginians, but you are going to be. I got big plans for you.
Okay.
Wow, you're a big star there, Virginia.
Big star.
Kind of impressed. I hope I can be as good as you want me to.
No, you will.
I don't do good at acting.
You never disappoint that much.
And what about you, Virginia? Any plans laid out yet?
I'm leaving on Friday to go up to visit family in Nashville and in Kentucky. We're going to go see Grandma, who is great-grandma for my kids, and she's 96, and it would just be nice to spend some time with her. I try to do that every year, so this is my little thing that I want to do this year. My sister's coming. Her husband's coming. My other sister's coming. Her husband's coming. So it's a big family party. And we're going back to that hotel that has the rooftop dedicated to Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
So cool. It's called The Graduate.
Okay.
So we're staying at The Graduate.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's TikTok videos. People are always touting The Graduate.
It's really nice.
Yeah, they are a chain.
Yes.
And we've stayed at the one that they have in Ann Arbor, and for University of Michigan when my son went there.
What's the theme there?
Snobby, highfalutin assholes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chess, I think, is what it was. It was just pretentious.
The theme
Michigan's very pretentious.
In Nashville, of course, it's all about country music.
Okay.
But they have this hotel decorated so beautifully.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the top Instagrammable hotels in all of Nashville.
Okay.
I'd put it up against any hotel I walked in. It is just so cute. And my brother-in-law pointed this out. He's like, look, if you're a dude, the hot girl to dude ratio is like 20-1. There were so many hot girls running around this hotel, and Rocco loved it because he was just in heaven last time. We were sitting in the little restaurant in the lobby, all of us drinking late at night, having a great time, and he's hitting on all these girls, and all these girls loved Rocco. It was so fun.
So it's the opposite of Alaska. Well,
Yes.
I hear there's a lot of pole in
It's a
Alaska.
lot of dick.
Okay.
This is the opposite of that. There's so many hot, cute little girls running around. It's fun.
That's gonna suck at a Alaskan house party. There's 50 dudes and one chick.
Yeah, like, what are we
Fuck
doing here?
that.
She's got to walk in and go, oh, fuck this.
That's a red flag kind of party, right?
Yeah, that'd be tough, huh? Crazy. Well, this weekend, I'll give you a rundown of what is going on tomorrow. You'll have a couple different options. I know that Rolling Loud Festival is going to be happening.
Oh, yeah, that's
That'd
that
be
one
your thing.
Mags wanted to go to.
Yeah, I mean, the lineups are great. I mean, if you're into modern hip hop, it is a big show. You've got people like Travis Scott and Kodak Black and Post Malone and Megan Thee Stallion, DaBaby, all going to be there. So,
I mean, just right there.
yeah, it's a big deal. 3 days. So I'll give you the full rundown on that. Let you know some other cool things going on, including a SI swimsuit party where you can go find that in South Florida.
Is Megan Thee Stallion going to be there?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, you might see. Yes, Megan Thee Stallion is going to be there, actually, oddly enough.
Wow. Because
Yeah.
she's the cover girl.
Yeah.
And then she's in town for Rolling Loud. So that'd be pretty awesome to be at a party at South Beach with her.
Yeah, so I'll tell you tomorrow morning, 6:30, 8:30 probably, where you can see all that stuff. Got an email here from Sam. She said, I heard your whacked out news story about the guy with COVID sneaking on the plane as his wife. There are definitely more sick people flying than we think. My good friend, who is fully vaccinated, traveled to Spain 3 weeks ago. In order to get back into the U.S., in addition to her vaccine card, she needed a COVID test. She wasn't feeling great, but thought she was run down from her trip, so she was shocked that her and her friend's test came back positive because they had been fully vaccinated. They, of course, refused to let them fly. They were stuck and freaking out. So she reviewed the CDC guidelines, and they state that even if you have a positive test, if you get a clearance from a physician, you can fly. I absolutely don't agree with this, but her boyfriend is good friends with a plastic surgeon here in Miami and had him write her a clearance letter so she and her friend could get back and recover here. She was really down and out for about 8 days and didn't see anyone in the meantime. Of course, I'm glad she wasn't stuck in a foreign country while she was so sick, but her and her boyfriend are both attorneys, and they keep joking how they lawyered that whole situation because they got through the CDC loophole with the doctor's clearance.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not personally offended or anything. I'm just saying that I'm 100% sure this is not an isolated incident, and there are way more sick people getting on planes and not giving an F.
There are so many breakthrough cases of people that have been vaccinated that are now sick with COVID. I have to believe that this whole 95% efficacy of the Pfizer and the Moderna or whatever, 90%, is just bullshit. There's so many breakthrough cases.
It seems like, and they're still standing by it. And, you know, they're saying, well, the one thing about it is that you don't get as sick. And so that's why you want to get it. But, I mean, she was just talking about they were pretty down and out, those vaccinated people who got back on the plane.
They're down and out because they're probably emotionally drained.
They got on the plane and they sat next to people for a multi-hour flight. Like,
oh yeah, that's not a quick flight.
I mean, everybody around them probably got COVID.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how much is it if
they were sick?
If they're masked,
I don't know.
how much is that stopping the transmission?
It's just crazy that there's a loophole.
I thought at one point they were trying to basically make it sound like you couldn't get COVID if you're on a plane. Like the cases are.
Whatever.
Oh, the news they cherry picked where you can and get COVID. You can get it at a restaurant, but you can't get it on the street.
Yeah.
There's no other place in my life on any given day where I'm that close to other humans that I don't know than on a plane. And that's the best way to get COVID is next to somebody who's got it.
I just wonder if there's ever going to be a time where we will be able to look back on the whole pandemic and there will be clarity and all these questions that are out there will be answered.
In 40 years in a textbook somewhere, they thought they could not go into restaurants, and there was a political
Right.
fight that
Even in 2 years, we're gonna look back and go, "Oh, we didn't know it was this."
I wonder when there will be clarity.
We're living in
Yeah.
historic times because this is a modern day pandemic. It was clearly mass confusion.
Still
people,
is.
people fighting.
Yeah.
This is going to go down in the books for sure.
And just because you're vaccinated now, I looked at Panda last night
Yeah.
because we're both vaccinated.
Right.
Like, I don't think it makes that big of a difference.
yeah, and every
Like,
time
I could still get it.
Every time we talk about it, there's at least 10 people that think they know. Either you're wrong or Kevin's wrong, or I
Yeah.
don't say enough, or you don't win with this fucking conversation.
Nobody knows. That's the thing. We're all learning as we go. And like a month ago, I was doing the happy dance because I was like, yay, COVID's over. But last night, I looked at Panda. I'm like, damn, I don't think COVID's over.
Now you're doing the sappy
Now I'm
dance.
doing the like, oh,
Yeah.
crap. It's just changing. It's ever changing.
The main question that I have is I just want to know if you have the antibodies, how much less likely are you to spread the virus than if you get a vaccine? Because I did read, because I'm trying to find the simple answer, and I guess I'm just really dumb and I can't find it. I know engineer Keith had said it, and I thought it was like 40 to 50%, but I was just trying to confirm that and find other studies that had done that. The CDC website says people fully vaccinated with the Pfizer or Moderna are less likely to transmit COVID to others.
That's good.
Vaccinated people have a lower viral load if they get infected.
Load.
And I know that's that fun term. So I was looking on that, like just how much? Is it a lot? Is it a little?
He had a viral load. It does sound like you have chlamydia
Yeah.
sperm.
And you know, my sister's a nurse, so she was one of the first people that got vaccinated. And I don't remember the exact dates, but let's say she got vaccinated in February. In, I think, May, she gave blood, and it came back with no antibodies for COVID. And then she gave blood again in July, and it came back with full antibodies for COVID.
Wow.
And she never had COVID. She was one of the lucky
Really?
ones that never
Wow.
got COVID, and they test them all the time. And she got the vaccine, one of the first.
Yeah. It's all screwy, isn't it?
This whole thing is screwy, and if you think you know, I'm sorry to tell you,
Nobody
don't.
knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
Even
knows.
the damn experts don't know. So
So-
how are you on
Yeah.
Twitter going to tell me you know more than some scientist?
Are you trying to say if you say you know, you don't know, and you can go fuck yourself? Is that what you're saying, Virginia?
Yes. Maybe not. You can go fuck yourself, but
Nope.
you can actually sit down.
She said it.
Because I don't think any of us know yet, and this thing is not done with us.
Yeah.
It's
maybe
still
not. We'll
twisting
see.
and turning.
Yeah, Florida's crushing it. We got the best numbers in the country.
I know somebody who's being tested this morning for COVID, and if he's positive, this will be the third time he's had COVID.
No way.
Yeah, and he's vaccinated.
Jeez.
Jerry Soma.
Oh, my
Oh, you
gosh.
doxed him? Damn, she doxed him.
Wow.
Well, you guys know him, and I mean,
I'm just kidding.
it's just messed up. He does have a compromised immune system and other underlying things that, you know, maybe make him more susceptible as
Yeah.
far as fighting off an illness.
That's unbelievable. That's not even fair, man.
It's not freaking fair.
I know you were just kidding. I was just trying to throw a little smile into this COVID combo.
Damn, I would never dox him.
No, I know that. Come on. What the fuck?
Yeah, and this is another interesting number I saw. 40% of all COVID deaths in the U.S. were among diabetes patients. 40%.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Diabetes is one of those things that it does not pair well with COVID.
Guess we'll see. Still just a fun thing we're still fucking dealing with.
It's crazy.
Over it.
It's
Just
crazy.
better not fuck with my football season. That's all I gotta say, Virginia.
I hear ya.
Oscar and Vero, he's got a question here about insurance. If you got a kid and they start to drive, oh my gosh. He said, I hope it's not too personal, but I just added my teenager to my automobile insurance, and I was wondering how much Virginia's policy went up. I bought my daughter a Kia Rio, which is about the smallest and cheapest car on the market, for $10,000. The car payment is $195 a month, and my insurance went up to $150 a month. That's almost $350 a month for the smallest, cheapest car I could find. And during the summer, my daughter is able to make the car payment, but just barely. And when she goes back to school, her hours are going to go down. I'm concerned that I'm going to be stuck with the payment. Virginia bought 2 cars. Oh, no. What the heck?
Well, I traded in my Tahoe and I got a smaller BMW and my car payment went down $200. So I looked at that as a win. And then I got Magnolia, a little Mazda, and I think the car payment on that is like $300 a month. Yeah. Now, Panda pays our car insurance, and we haven't got our first bill with Magnolia added on her own car. When we added Magnolia as a driver to our cars, we switched insurance companies, and our insurance only went up $5.
Oh, wow.
That was nice.
That's amazing.
But now that she's got her own car, I believe when she becomes a rated driver,
Okay.
which happens in September, then she's going to be paying the full-on whatever it is. But right now, I don't think it's that high yet. But
Rated driver? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I didn't even know that was a thing. In September, she becomes a rated driver.
Am I rated? Is that like having the blue check mark on Twitter?
You're X-rated.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, somebody else said my insurance went up about $140 a month for my son. I bought him a 2018 Mazda 3.
Yeah, those little Mazdas are cute. I heard that they're cheaper to fix and last pretty good. So
Aren't they the ones that sound like me, 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 me?
Very
That's a motorcycle.
Very self-absorbed. Me.
No, I've actually heard little cars like that. You're right. I'm like going, is that a moped engine? What the hell you got in that thing?
I'm pumped. My insurance has gone down by like fucking $100, $78, $90, something like that.
Yeah.
We're taking that money and we're gonna have a party.
Okay.
Another one. This one you're coming to Ralston, and there's gonna be no vomit.
And they're not going to turn people away at the door?
Not in the beginning, anyway. Not till it gets.
Hey, I'm here for the party. Sorry.
Sorry.
I know. Again, I want to make that announcement. I feel bad, and I want to say I'm sorry to anyone who came to my house last Saturday and was turned away.
The host is ralphing up his soul in the yard like a dog.
And so is the host, is Chewbacca. My co-pilot fucking lost it too.
And I was supposed to be there too. I wasn't even allowed to
Yeah,
go.
my team let me down.
Panda's like, no, you're leaving. That's it. Party over. Get in the car.
Yeah. But there's always next time.
Yeah, that's true. Ashley had sent us this saying that maybe I'm a dinosaur, but Facebook stories just get on my nerves. Nobody cares about what your day looks like. We all live our own days. We don't care about your day. I never made a Facebook story, and I never will, and I don't see the point, but my husband does Facebook stories all the time, and I'm thinking, why? Don't we already have enough social media? Maybe I'm just not down with the times, but these notifications on Facebook stories annoy me to no end.
Oh, you sound like so much fun. Fuck. Yeah, gee, I mean,
Yeah,
all
there
right.
are just either people that, like it or don't. And I guess if you don't like it, then don't go there.
I like the good stuff and I hate the bad stuff. I don't
Yeah.
like pricky people. I never have liked pricky people. And you can be a major fuckface on social media without really any consequences.
I think that we should all strive, though, to make sure if we do build a Facebook story or an Instagram story, at least make it have something, some sizzle to it. I do see a lot of lame stories on Facebook. Not as many lame on Instagram, but Facebook seems to be bringing out the lameness. Make it good. Put something into it. Give me some effort. Who cares that you're eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and that's all there is to it?
Fuck everybody. You're all crazy. All of you.
Well, here's something fun. A food challenge suggested by Gregory for Jay Bird. I bet he can't eat 3 oatmeal cream pies in 60 seconds. No water or anything to drink.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a Facebook story, Kevin.
About you eating
I would
cream
watch
pies.
that. That's actually interesting.
When I'm off my little diet here, I will gladly do that.
Okay. How long is your diet going to last for?
Until I feel better, good. I'm getting my energy up. I'm exercising again. I'm eating. I haven't had a terrible bad soda in 11 days now.
Okay.
I'm at the age I just have to make these changes. I'm not going full. It's always what I've always talked about, balancing both. I'm trying to balance both a little better.
Okay. All right.
Trying to fit into some hot ass pants. Fucking pleather. Yeah.
Assless.
Oh, so assless. You're gonna see my butt cheeks. Actually, I don't have really butt cheeks. I have no ass. I have a hole. And not even a big hole either.
I got a long back with a hole in
I
it.
have a long back with a very small hole.
Prove it.
Suits, get in here.
We need to put his asshole on KVJ TV stats.
I think we can put it on KVJ TV during the podcast because it's not.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
We can.
Well,
so
let's whip this thing out.
Suits, I don't notice you jumping up.
No, not gonna do it. Okay.
He's drawing the line.
Yeah.
I'm drawing the line. The Suits can't look at my ass or my butthole.
This is a fun story that was about Prince. Night Ranger was a band that had some hits back in the mid '80s. Pretty good, musical chops, and they were on top of the music world. Prince right then was hitting too. He had Purple Rain and all that stuff.
Yeah, this story was from '85 because I read it today.
Yeah. And the guys from Night Ranger were talking about the time that they had to present Prince with the Album of the Year at the American Music Awards that
Ooh,
year for
that's
Purple Rain.
Fancy.
They were all told seriously that they were not to talk to Prince or acknowledge him at all.
I cannot stand when celebrities do. I don't give a fuck how brilliant you are.
Yeah.
Those are your peers, and no one can look at you.
I know it was, and that was his thing. I remember we did an event with him in Manhattan when I was working promotions, and I was I don't know what I was supposed to be, but I was supposed to stand on one side. Another promotions person was on the other, and they said Prince is going to come and stand between you, so you'll be kind of helping usher people through. And they said you are not allowed to look at him, you're not allowed to engage with him, and if we see you even looking over at him, we will pull you out of the line and we'll replace you with somebody else.
Damn.
And so I remember standing next to Prince and kind of through the periphery vision trying to strain my eyes.
Side eye him.
Yeah, I only have a side eye memory of Prince. That's it.
That's
So that was how he carried himself.
major turnoff for me.
And so Night Ranger apparently badgered him all night about it. And it caused a little bit of a fight because he was like, no, I'm serious. But apparently they 20 years later made up and he was cool about it then. But
I'm not a fan of people thinking you can't look at them. Go fuck yourself.
It's so douchey.
Don't give a shit how genius you
Yeah.
are.
yeah.
It's just a douchey move.
I've only seen it a few times with the artists we've dealt with. And ironically, yesterday, I got an email for us to interview one of them. Somebody emailed me and said, hey, would you like to interview Richard Marx? I'm like, why?
This was a legit thing. They said you cannot look at Richard Marx.
One of the other times. This was
You should interview him and only talk about that.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should.
You
Have
should
him
know,
on. Be like,
Kevin. You
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, okay. I was instructed. Now, it didn't come out of his mouth, but be like, look, I was instructed. It was a concert. This one I worked in Kansas City, and it was, I think, would have been 97, probably, 1997. And
Which is kind of past his big heyday.
Yeah, I don't think he'd really had a hit since about 91. 92, I think, might have been Richard Marx's last hit. So he's 5 years really past being relevant at all. And I was told, they said, yeah, do not, don't make eye contact, don't engage him. And I remember having to walk past him. I had to go get something. There was the little thing coming up to the stage. And so I was going back to get something, and I just, walked past him like he was a regular person. But I'm like, I don't know. Did I kind of look at him? Maybe. But I'm just like, I'm like, you're fucking Richard Marx. I'm
F
like,
him.
yeah. I was
Let's just
like,
call him. Let's just talk to him and just F you.
well, yeah, I'm just kind of curious because I do kind of wonder, because I've seen this before as well, where I've seen an event where the handlers or the record label people were complete pricks. And they made it just a neurotic.
Awful.
Everybody was tense. Nobody was having fun. And then the artist came in and like, what's up with everybody? And they were cool as hell. And they're like, no, I'll talk to you and all that. And so I try to really pump the brakes on that. I'm putting it all. And maybe I'm being unfair to Richard Marx because maybe he has no idea, and maybe he's the coolest guy on the earth.
Yeah, someone said they met him last year at a Blue Martini event and said it was nothing like that he was cool.
Yeah, and so, maybe that was it. And I wonder how often that happens. In fact, I think even we've been in that situation.
We have.
Where we've had promo people that were like, don't do this, don't do. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yes.
We're the most approachable people.
We have had promo people that were speaking for us and being mean to listeners.
And we had no idea
Yeah.
about that. We've had that. We've had that happen
true.
quite a bit.
So maybe Richard Marx didn't do it.
And that's why I wonder, maybe I should book that because people are like, why are they talking to Richard Marx? Well, I just have one question.
I got a question.
I got to find out, back in 97, did this come from you? Or was this just one of your rogue record label people that were like, don't do it? And look, there's part of where I understand, where some of these artists, they're there to work, they get in a headspace, and they want to be able to connect and perform, and so they're really focused. And so if you've got 20 people on their way to the stage that's talking to them, being going, man, my Aunt Beatrice is such a huge fan, they're like, by the time they get to the stage, they're like, wait, what am I doing?
They're scattered.
Right. So I do get that and respect a part of it.
But there's ways you can get out of the way. If you have
have
Prince
someone
money,
walk with you and be like,
yes.
hey, he can't talk right now. Like, let him do a show, and then he'll.
But when you're doing a meet and greet, you're not about to perform.
Right, yeah.
Like the Prince thing, he was taking pictures with fans, and you weren't allowed to look at him. That's ridiculous. You're not about to perform. You're not getting in that headspace. You're just a douche.
Well, at the end of the day, we're all a human.
Sure,
nobody.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a big fan of people really putting themselves above being a human.
Yeah.
I get you're a genius.
So it is interesting for me to find out the truth on a lot of these celebrities. And anymore, it's hard for them to be jerky because you never know who's making a video and then who's going to post it. And then all your friends and your fans turn on you because nobody wants to be, supporting somebody that's going to be an a-hole to the fans that are paying all the money.
And I love me some Prince guitar playing. I think he's unbelievable. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I also love John Mayer, and he's had some douche moments in his life.
You're right.
Well,
someone even said, don't think, someone in the chat room goes, well, don't think Billy Joel doesn't have his dicky moments.
Sure,
I am not in
yeah.
the dark. Billy Joel can be a fucking prick.
I think they do, and I think to some point of it too, there's a part of them where they're like, "Look, I'm worn out because you have to when you're on a stage and you're dealing with fans, it takes more energy and focus. And like, look, I just need to decompress, and I need a place where I can do that." I do understand some of the frustration with some of these artists. It would be tough to some extent.
Well, you get it, all those Kevin maniacs out there trying to fucking get a piece of that.
Yeah, it's so exhausting. So, there is a part of that. But yeah, I remember just, Prince, remember you were talking about the interview he did where he wouldn't speak? Did you see that, or did I actually see that? Maybe I saw that. I think it was an MTV interview he had done.
He wouldn't speak?
He wouldn't speak. And
Yeah,
he was
so-
there, and I think he had a veil over his face,
So
a
too-
black
Oh my
veil, if I remember right.
gosh.
That was kind of because he did go through that really extremely douchey period. Remember, he changed his name to a symbol. And,
Yes.
And maybe he's
and
doing.
I think that was it. And I think he was saying it was a performance art piece. And it's like on.
And he's doing that shtick. I get it. But I the same way with actors that don't ever break character. Okay, cut. We're going to get some food now. And you're still the villain of the movie.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. We're kicking you in the nuts.
Yeah.
Let's just have a conversation over a ham sandwich.
Yeah, it's fascinating to watch.
There was the one dude who played the Joker that did not. They cut all of his scenes out. Was it Leto?
Yeah, Jared Leto.
Yeah, they said he stayed in the character of the Joker, and he did fucked up things that didn't really work with the cast. I think he mailed somebody a condom or a used condom. He was trying to act like he was all sick and twisted like the Joker.
Well, that's what
And
what's
it
his
kind of-
name had done.
Yeah, and it fell flat though.
Yeah, wasn't that the issue with who did the masterful job?
Jim
of,
Carrey.
No.
He did it too, though. He did it for.
No, I'm talking about who played the Joker.
Oh, the guy that
Heath
died.
Ledger.
Yeah,
Heath
Heath
Ledger.
Ledger. Yeah, I thought that was the thing with Heath Ledger was that he kind of was not breaking it down, and then when he had died afterwards, that he really kind of almost made himself crazy and couldn't snap out of it.
So what happens if I'm a key grip and I break my ankle and the only person around is someone that's not breaking character, like a Heath Ledger? Hey, Heath, can you help me out? Oh, I'm the Joker. Is that what am I going to get?
I think so.
You gotta break character on
Yeah.
some moments.
I don't know. Yeah, and somebody's saying Joaquin Phoenix, and he did play the Joker too. He was the same way. I remember we had that performance art piece where he was like the hip hop artist, and he was doing interviews and weirding everybody out.
Yeah, he was doing shtick.
Yeah. It's not fun if you're the person around the guy doing shtick.
It's really not. How annoyed are you if you're
Yeah,
the other cast members and this fuck
Now,
won't break
I wouldn't have the
character?
patience for it. I'd be like going, you know what? No, let's bring in somebody else. I'm like, this is stupid.
Method acting. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is method acting.
Yeah, I don't have the patience for this. There is something going down tonight. I remember years ago where you had the two boys in Jupiter, Virginia, went out on their boat and they never found them.
Yes.
Now the Austin Blue Foundation is announcing that they're going to be unveiling a ceremonial statue. They're going to be placing it at the Jupiter Inlet.
Nice.
It's commissioned by the Stefanos family in the spirit of remembrance, gratitude, and to serve as a reminder for boaters to practice safety at sea. The ceremony and statue unveiling is going to occur today at 6:30 p.m.
I love
at
it.
the Jupiter Inlet towards the tip of Jupiter Beach Park. So
Yes.
you see that is going to be happening today.
All boaters, especially young boaters, need to know the story of those two boys because
Yeah.
it's so dangerous to go out in the ocean. It really, really is. And if you go into a storm and it gets away from you,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a terrible story, but I hope that parents that have kids that boat are telling their kids this story. Please don't go in the ocean.
Well, this is that time of year. Yesterday, the weather was so all over the place. I walked out of my house, it looked like a hurricane was hitting. When I came home, it was so bright with the sunshine. And I got everything in between. It went from amazingly sunny where I was to torrential downpours to sunny to you just never know. And if you're on a boat, what the heck?
Yeah.
It's that kind of crazy and chaotic.
It changes that quick. And the thing about being a young person, if you're just learning how to boat, which
Right.
a lot of the kids up in
Sure.
Jupiter by me, I see like 14-year-olds navigating boats.
Well, and
all the time.
they've got that danger gene. When you're
Right.
at that age, you have that, and you don't fully, I don't think, get a healthy perspective, not only the ocean, but also the weather and how quickly it does change.
Yes.
You haven't seen enough of it. So, yeah, so that is going on today, and I thought that was worth mentioning. So.
I do love a stormy ocean, though. I love looking at it. It's so peaceful.
It is a fascinating thing to watch. Like, I could just see it. In fact, I remember the opener for Bloodline that they had. That was their opening credits. They had kind of a creepy, ominous kind of song, and then it was just a massive dark cloud storm right over the ocean.
When you see
and
it
I was
develop,
like, I could have that, because I use that a lot of times. The screensavers sometimes they have on flat screen TVs. I enjoy that more than watching TV. So
I do
have
that a
mine
lot.
on all day. And I could just sit there and watch that storm, but that were a screensaver.
There are so many videos on YouTube that are just of the ocean and it's just swaying back and forth, and then rain will come.
Yeah.
And they'll even have the moon involved. But they have all kind of a series of videos
Yeah.
where it's out in nature just with the rain, and they make them 12 hours long. You put it on your TV and it's,
Gotta respect it, man.
just whack off.
Just what? All right.
I want to see if Virginia was paying attention.
Whack off.
Okay, she was paying attention. It looked like you were dozing off.
Well, you were kind of droning on.
You got a lot of nerve, Dirt. Dirt of the fucking days.
I'm just saying. If I'm falling asleep, maybe
Well.
you should shut the fuck up.
We're going to go put Virginia to bed. All right, y'all have a good one. We'll see you back here to kick off the weekend tomorrow.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.